Lizzie Borden took an axe, gave her mother 40 whacks. When she saw what she had done, she gave her father 41.
I love it.
All right, we're going to eat now.
Just like Liz. Oh, wait.
Just
Wait.
like Lizzie.
Like this. Bitches.
Okay. You gotta give us a good deal. Oh, the 9 is out. Here we are. Where? What is that noise? So here we are. This is my bed. The Andrew and what's her name? Libby? Abby Borden's bed.
The shadow on my face makes me look like I have some.
I know. Sorry. I don't even know where it's coming from.
So anyway, there's tons of noises going on already.
Oh my God, yes.
So I say we do a little ghost investigation.
But first, I'm gonna change. Should you? Should we? Should we change?
I guess. I mean,
you look like you got the spotlight on you.
It looks like I have Billy Idol.
I gotta get the light.
Yeah.
I get the light. Yeah. Surround me in the light.
This would be a good thumbnail.
Guys, I'm not joking.
No, really. There are thuds and thumps everywhere.
Okay, can we just talk about we came in
heavy.
Immediately, it was like, oh, it feels so heavy in here. Like the air. I don't even know how to explain that.
No, and the fact that the other guest here also stated
they said the same thing before we even said anything.
Mm-hmm. And makes me realize that, yes, we are correct. And I already know I'm right. So, yeah. It's very clean, though. It's very clean here. Except the bathtub. Well, I think our tub is in disrepair, yeah. Yeah, but other than that, like, it's clean.
Yeah. And this bed is pretty comfortable. I'm not going to lie.
I'm not going to lie either. It is. Yeah. In fact, I plan on sleeping here all night because I'm not going in that freaking room next door because it is so scary. Okay, we go upstairs and we're having a conversation with them and we all hear a noise in the bathroom, but we just keep talking and then the girl goes, oh, hell no. She's like, I know you all heard that noise. And she's like, we just keep talking. And I'm like, yeah, we did. Then we go in the bathroom and there's these doors. Cubbies. Yeah. Crawl space. You know those crawl spaces? Super creepy. God, wicked creepy. And it sounded like that's the noise from those crawl spaces. It sounded like somebody was pushing on them from the inside. And they're locked. Like, really locked. That was weird. I mean, could it be wind, like a draft? I suppose. It was loud. No. But it didn't seem like there was anything. They're so screwed. They're so screwed. Yeah, they're like, I hated to tell them, but supposedly that's the most haunted part of the house. But I don't know. She said the basement, but that could be also true. But nobody's sleeping in the basement. No, they do. They have a room in the basement. Is it knocking, though? No, it sounds like a footstep to me. It does. Oh, my God. I could totally feel it right here. Oh, good. Okay. If there's somebody here, give us a sign. Could be a knock. Give me a sign. Knock. Did you hear that? I heard a moan. Yes.
this for a bed? It's like a little dining room.
Oh, okay.
It's got more pictures of some original stuff. This is an authentic piece of maple craft. That's cool.
Why do you keep coughing?
I don't know, I have a cough.
There's replicas of the skulls.
Do you know that the mortician actually boiled those in his own kitchen?
Ew.
To take that's what they did back then.
Oh
To
my
take all the
God.
flesh
Oh,
off of them.
That's actually Borden Bible. That's theirs. Families.
Donated by Thomas Borden. Oh, look at the fan. I wonder if that's real.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is the copy of the land transaction that caused the big fight.
Oh.
Interesting. Creepy, creepy, creepy. Very creepy. Look at this creepy dolls. Why are they putting these dolls? Look at their little Lizzie bobbleheads.
I know. They didn't sell those though. Like that mug is cool. I would have bought that.
They had all the, when they did the Supernatural, they didn't come here,
Yeah.
but they sent them like
Now,
all
is
kinds
this,
of
like,
stuff
a
from the
real
gift shop.
album? Oh, this is from the movie.
Oh, there she is, yeah.
Elizabeth Montgomery. The Legend of... Oh, 1975. I was born then. For God's sake. Of course I didn't see it.
All right, we left all of our crap right in the hallway.
Yeah, we should go put it in the room.
Yeah. Why are the lights doing that? Is that just normal?
The actual picture.
I really can't. This is horrifying.
So
It looks
messed up.
so weird when you did that.
Yeah.
Whose room is this one?
Oh, this is the room.
No, it is
Abby
not.
was killed.
Is it?
Yep.
Yes, it is. Oh my God, that's so freaky.
I feel it in here. Do you feel it?
Oh yeah, the heaviness. Look at that
Make
bed.
it heavy.
So, oh my God, really, really.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. Look at the size of the feet too. I wouldn't.
God, I didn't expect
sleep in
it.
here like that. There better not be any of this shit in our room.
They better not put that there when people sleep here.
This is so inappropriate. I gotta say,
It is, yeah.
it's really inappropriate.
Says the people with the axe. This is where she died. Try not to imagine that there, but yeah. And she wasn't like that. She was like on her knees and fell forward.
Feet were huge.
Yeah.
Like that.
Well, everyone's feet would look big like that.
No, they were big. They were big feet.
Oh my God, it's so creepy in here.
Lizzie and Emma's suite is right here.
Here's
Something's touching me.
no, get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we haven't done the thing yet to protect ourselves.
I feel it all the way to the tips of my fingers.
We forgot to.
So weird about it though.
Oh, this is real creepy though.
The layout of the house is so
Weird, right?
All the rooms
It is.
all the rooms are connected.
yeah, like that has a door that goes to this room,
Yeah.
which is fine. But like even the landing,
Yeah.
the whole second floor is completely separate from over here.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It is weird.
Where you guys from?
Here.
So we're in the Lizzie Borden house. We are staying in Andrew and Abby's bedroom. They were the two victims of the homicide.
Anyway, so the story is in the late 1800s, 1897 was it?
Yes, I believe so.
There was this family, the Bordens. They live in Fall River. They were wealthy. There was Lizzie and Emma. They were sisters, and they were considered old maids. They were like in their 30s, and they lived with their father and stepmother, Andrew and Abby. Andrew was considered a miser, very stingy. He wasn't very generous at all. So he was not liked in the community.
We
Supposedly.
should talk about the crude form of living too here. Like the
Yes.
man had a lot of money,
The
but
man had a lot of money.
He didn't live
He
like
refused
it.
to have electricity or indoor plumbing. They had to use an outhouse, even though they had the means to do that, and everyone else in their class had those things. So
yeah, so I'm sure it was very embarrassing. For them.
So yeah, embarrassing and not very comfortable.
Oh my God, remember when he cut her off when she went to go buy a dress?
Oh yeah.
He cut her off because back
Yeah.
then, especially if you were wealthy, you didn't need a credit card or anything like that. You literally just had credit, like a
Yeah.
tab. And he ended up cutting her off, so she couldn't even get the dresses.
Yeah. And because she was not marriable for some reason.
That's what
I don't
happens
know
when you don't
why.
let someone shop.
I know exactly. Oh God, yeah. I mean, we don't know. First of all, we don't know that she did it. We don't. Oh, you whispered. I was like, where did that whisper come from?
We laugh now, just
Yeah.
like Pink. The beginning of Pink was all funny
Exactly.
things, all puppies and
Oh
rainbows.
God, I hope this is not. I hope that doesn't happen.
Meanwhile, the ghosts are.
Yeah.
God.
So, I'm sure if there are ghosts here, they have been quite entertained by us.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to get you off
Or
track.
angry. I don't know which one.
Angry.
No, that's okay. Jump in whenever you can. A week before the murder, Lizzie
Mhm.
and Emma both got in a big argument with their father and stepmother because the father had bequeathed the stepmother one of their properties. Like he signed it over to her, and of course Lizzie was really angry. Well, anyway, so a week before they got in a huge argument about it, and then Lizzie and her sister Emma went to another town, a few towns over, and when they came back, Lizzie was so angry that she stayed at a boarding house for 4 days, which in those days, she must have been pissed because, tongues would have been wagging. Everyone would have been talking about that, right? Like, why isn't she staying home? So everyone knew she was angry. When the murder happened, her sister was out of town, so she had a airtight alibi. No way she could have been here. But Lizzie was home. And the day before, also, she tried to buy this poison called prussic acid at the pharmacy, I guess, she said, to clean her sealskin cape.
Mm-hmm. Shame on her.
Yeah. And the guy was like, no, that stuff is, you can't just get that. That stuff's like poison, And she's like, no, I got it all the time here. And he was like, no. And he's like, go home, leave. You're not getting it.
Mm.
Well, the next day they were dead. So, but by an axe instead, or presumably an axe.
I feel like the poison had nothing to do with it. I honestly do. Because, how do you go from poison to
Right.
an axe?
It's also
quite
like
the difference.
we only have the word of the pharmacist.
Exactly.
She might have even asked for that maybe like a week or two before
Yeah,
that.
maybe
for all
she
we
did
know.
get it from somebody else.
Yeah, and then he just, the day before. Because, back in those days, they didn't have anything else to do, so they just talked shit,
And not for
So we
nothing,
don't
when
know.
I don't get the answer I want the first time. Okay, somebody just tried to come into our room. Like, seriously, this place is bonkers. Because they're doing tours. There are people staying here, us. And somebody just literally tried to come into our room.
Did they?
Somebody turned the knob.
Oh, I didn't know that.
See, now I'm having a real problem with this. Like, it was one thing, originally when we came in here, we didn't think the door locked at all. It took us a few minutes to figure it out. But, that bugs me out. We're staying in basically a house with a bunch of strangers.
Yeah.
And now we've got other people coming in for tours, and we're, we're in our pajamas, and we're supposed to be sleeping here? What is happening? It's wild.
It is crazy.
Getting back to the story.
Getting back, I'm going to have to do a lot of
Lizzie.
editing for this thing. So, the next day when the murder happens, the only people home were Lizzie, her stepmother, Abigail, the maid, Bridget, and, the father wasn't home originally. He went out to do some errands or whatever. And it happened around 10:30, 11 in the morning. The mother was killed first. She was killed in the bedroom. Their uncle, John Morse, was also staying there at the house, but supposedly wasn't there when it happened. He went to go visit someone.
I think he had an alibi, an actual visual alibi.
He did. He went to go visit his niece. That's what it was.
And you had people that could
Right, but the time
corroborate
is what was wrong. He said he left there at this time, and then, but the people that could corroborate said, no, that's not when, and then they could prove it because the doctor for the town had come to those people's house, and he had said, oh, I left. He said he left their house, and the doctor was there at the time when the doctor was at here because they had found the dead bodies. So that didn't make any sense. But anyway, so the uncle was staying here as well, and so Abigail was making the bed when whoever killed her came up behind her, presumably, and whacked her. Probably about 20 times, they think.
It was more times than him.
Yeah, it was definitely more times than him.
I think it was 16.
I remember
was
reading it was,
something
they
that's-
don't know for sure, but they wanted to say like around, yeah, it was like
How do you
16 to
not
20.
know for sure? I mean,
I don't know. I think because they were so pummeled that you couldn't,
gross,
yeah.
that's true. She was missing so much of her head.
Yeah. So she got it first, and then maybe about an hour and a half to 2 hours later, Andrew came home. He sat on the couch and supposedly took a nap, and then whoever killed Abigail got him, and he got about half the time. We kind of think it's probably because they were tired. Whoever did this is going to be tired. That's exhausting, right? They don't know for sure what the murder weapon was, but I mean, they found a hatchet in the barn that was broken, and they thought they saw hair and blood on it.
Maybe that's why there were less blows to the second victim, because she broke the hatchet.
Maybe, yeah, that's definitely possible. But then you'd think there'd be some splinters of wood or something. But I don't know how thorough they were at
Forensics,
doing
yeah.
things. Yeah, but Lizzie supposedly, so she was home. She said she was down in the dining room when the mother was killed, and she didn't hear anything. I hear every bump in this house.
Yeah.
Sitting here, that I'm like, how could they? You would have to hear something. And then she went out to the barn to find fishing equipment because she was going to go on a fishing trip. And that is when supposedly the father was killed. And when she came back in, she found him. And so Bridget was outside washing the windows. She said she heard nothing. I think she might have said she heard a thump at one point, but that was it.
But how could she be washing windows for like hours upon hours upon hours? It doesn't take that
No,
long.
I know. I don't know.
It's very strange.
And Lizzie didn't have a drop of blood on her. She didn't have anything on her. And I mean,
That is perplexing though.
It
Nothing
is.
even in the hair.
and her hair wasn't messed. I mean, think about it back then. Everybody's hair was.
yeah, and they had no running water in the house.
No.
It's not exactly easy.
So
How do you
that-
dry your hair?
Yeah,
That's a good point. I never thought of that.
right. And that was one of the things. I took a whole class on this way back in the day.
Could she have wrapped plastic around her head?
There was, yeah, I mean, there was like, oh, some people like, oh, she did it naked, so she couldn't get it on her dress. But what about it's going to be all over her body and nails and,
And her feet.
yeah, like, so, and her hair, you know what I mean? Like, and like you said, they didn't have showers or anything, so like, how are you going to
It'd
get
be
all this
such
off?
a big to do.
And it was a very short amount of time she would have to do this as well. So there's that.
And again, somebody obviously had to do it.
Yeah. And the
So-
thing is it her? Because the whole reason why she ended up getting tried was because they're like, well, who else could have done it? She was the only one there, was what their thing was.
And you're covered in blood. You're like, this is what makes me think she did do it, because I'm like, it
Yeah.
can't be somebody from the outside. No, somebody would have seen that person. Come on.
Yeah, that was the thing. And then, of course, the other suspect was the uncle, whose timeline didn't add up. And he did have an argument with Andrew, who was his brother-in-law from his first wife. They were in business together, and I guess John had lost a lot of Andrew's money in the business in poor decisions. And Andrew was furious with him, and they had a huge blowout the night before. So there was that. But then it's like, well, why did he kill the wife first and then kill him if he was the target? You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's a tough one. But and then there's the theory that Lizzie and Bridget did it together.
There were letters afterwards of them keeping in touch, and they were a little questionable
I'm
in
gonna have
regards
to
to.
look
And
into
I'm not
that.
like saying questionable in regards to a sexual relationship, but questionable in regards to how much she knew or
Yeah.
participated in.
Right, yeah. And then there's also a theory that Andrew had molested Abby throughout her life. I keep calling her Abby, I'm sorry. Lizzie throughout her life. And, you know, maybe Bridget would have known that. So,
And possibly Bridget. We don't. I mean, that was also
yeah.
there.
I mean, there could have been sexual assault all over the place for all we know. Those are all the theories. So they ended up arresting Lizzie. And she went on trial. Of
course, she was very wealthy, and so she got the best, defense attorney around. And I think her being a woman had benefited her, at least a woman of means, because if she was like, say, Bridget went up, they would have been like, throw away the case, she's done, right? Because she's lower class or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Lizzie being like a well-to-do woman, people had a hard time wrapping their brains around that a woman could do something this heinous. Like, 'cause, I mean, it took a lot, right? For whoever did that, it took a lot to do.
Also, this was my favorite part of the story. The coroner takes the heads home
Yes.
to his house, boils them on his kitchen stove, because that's what they did back then, I guess, just so that they could take the skulls into the courtroom as like
Yeah.
a shock factor.
To
And then
show
Lizzie,
what the skulls look like.
yep, Lizzie allegedly passed out in the courtroom, causing yet another scene, which goes hand in hand with what you're saying in terms of a woman could never do it. And look at this. Oh, she's so
Yeah.
devastated. It was insane. But the funny part to me is when we were coming here, we were talking to one of the tour guides, and I asked him about the skulls. And I meant to look into it before we came here because I couldn't remember what they did with them. And I'm like, are they in police lockup, like as evidence? Or is it a rumor or is it fact that they're buried 3 feet down?
I think it's fact.
Yeah, but he said rumor, it being that they started digging and they were like 3 feet. Good enough.
Good enough, yeah. And they did the autopsies here in the house.
Oh, I know, so gross.
They did the father's in the same room that he was killed, down in the living room. And then they did the mother's in the dining room on the dining room table.
And then tried to position the head so you couldn't see the.
Yes,
Andrew Borden's whole face was missing.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like,
that was at the wake. They did the
Yeah.
wake and the funeral in the house as well, which was
gross.
totally like normal in those
Yes.
days. But I mean, being
And
how they did, they
autopsy.
had no heads basically.
And they were there for
Yeah.
days, they said. Days.
And it was like in the summer, so it was like a 90.
And the girls are still living here with dead people.
Yeah, they're just doing their stuff
Yeah.
while there's
Dead people.
dead people who have
Don't have
hatchets to their
heads.
face and smell.
Ugh.
Yeah, who don't have heads. Yeah, what did they do? Put the heads on after, or did they do that?
That's a good
They
question.
must have done that after the funerals. They
Yes.
must have taken the heads after the
Yeah,
funerals.
because that would have been.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they lived here for a few months after,
Yeah.
I think you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Lizzie and Emma, after a few months, got a house together. Neither one married ever. Supposedly Lizzie was well liked even before the murder happened. She did a lot of charity work. She loved animals. Her and her sister later on donated a ton of money to an animal shelter here. And so before the murders, but then of course after the murders happened, even though she was acquitted, because the jury is like, no, there's not enough evidence, and they just couldn't see it, right? So the town, though, was like, we think she did it, or at least we, don't know. And she was a pariah. They
Yep.
would,
She was
whisper.
different, they didn't like
and-
different.
Yeah, and my friend's grandmother actually remembered when she was a little girl. She grew up in Fall River, and she remembered walking with her parents and Lizzie Borden walking by, and everybody just making way and like staring at her and whispering and pointing, and that's crazy to me because she died in 1927, I think. So yeah. Later on in her later years, after she passed, people talked about her as a very generous, giving person. And the best story though that we heard downstairs. So the other socialites or whatever, or people, had invited Lizzie to an axe throwing competition, and that badass girl went. Because I mean, she knew they were like poking at her,
Yeah.
right? Like,
And she's like, I'm gonna go.
And she's like, yeah,
I'm gonna rock it.
that's right. That's pretty ballsy. That's pretty great. I like that a lot.
An axe throw. That's crazy.
Yeah.
First time I heard that one.
Yeah. The house next door, right next door, was also owned by a Borden. Lizzie's great aunt had 3 young children. Unfortunately, was going through severe postpartum depression, probably psychosis, and took all 3 of her children, put them in the cistern in the basement, which is like a well in the basement, and then slit her own throat. 2 of the children died. 1 survived. The oldest survived. And supposedly those children also haunt this house as
Did
well.
she survive?
The oldest did, yeah.
The mother though.
Oh no, the mother died, yeah.
Hosea Knowlton.
She's a
Kids room.
This is the one they say the kids come
Yeah,
in.
that's the one that they keep getting told.
Oh shit.
Yeah. It's really heavy, isn't it?
In this place, yeah.
Oh, it's so crazy. I didn't expect it.
What is the light? God damn it. Do they even have lights in here? Where's the light?
Wait, I thought we were the only ones on this floor.
Oh, here they are.
I'm confused.
It's not bad, really. Like, in here is not bad. But that other room has a horrible, horrible feeling. I hate it.
Apparently we have to leave an offering.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Shit, I didn't bring one.
or else we'll have bad luck.
Oh, wait. We have crystals.
Okay.
They're gonna run.
Oh, they left us some coins. I guess someone else left coins.
Well, we did an offering, alright. There we go. Got our obsidian, and it's got tourmaline. There. You can have that.
Get this one.
Okay, so we're here. This is my sister.
We can barely see us.
Here I am. Here we are. Like my shirt? That's right. Don't make me axe you.
Okay, no joke though. I'm a little freaked out because more than once now I have gotten a weird fainting spell like feeling.
I also got it too, and it's one of my other videos.
Yeah, and I'm not messing around. Like, I'm serious. And we keep smelling this rose perfume, like really strong, and then it kind of dissipates, and then when I felt like I was gonna like.
Okay, here we
So
go.
anyway, what's that in the background?
Oh my god.
That's my hair.
Oh, I was like, it looks like the girl in the ring.
It totally does.
Like, that's really.
So-
Wait, what was that?
What?
Oh god, it just looked like your face in the back right here.
Oh God.
This just looks like there's like a
I know.
shadow.
Yeah, that's my shadow.
Okay.
But anyway, so when I felt like that weird, like something was, like you're gonna pass out, that weird lightheaded feeling, that rose perfume was like up my nose, and then I felt like something was on my back. It was so freaking, and I'm not messing around. I'm not making that up, seriously, for views or anything weird. I don't know. We are sensitive, so.
This is really, I'm going to be honest, kind of a stupid thing to do when you're sensitive, is to
Probably
walk
is.
into a haunted location is like, hello.
We're a murder.
But
two
this is why I
murders
will not
happened.
do the
Horrible
Conjuring
murders,
house.
by the way.
But and several other reasons. What time is it?
Oh, it's my phone's on there.
It is 9:57 p.m. right now, so we'll see.
I can't believe it's only 9:57.
We paid for this experience.
I know. And so far, I felt like literally the energy was, I feel every time I come in this room, I feel like it, like energy is being sucked right out of me.
It's I'm not gonna lie, it's a horrible, heavy ass feeling.
It
really
is. And I feel like tingly. And
That's not good.
no, and I feel, we keep smelling that damn floral
Rose
perfume.
yeah.
And by the way, you'll see in this video that we were reading the guest book.
No, it's okay.
Okay, and other people were saying that stayed in this room, the exact same thing.
Yes. Oh,
So that's kind of freaky, and I felt like something was on me, like on my back. And of course, that could be my own imagination,
But the feeling lightheaded and the tingliness, that came on. I wasn't thinking. I was in the middle of a conversation. I was just talking to you.
Remember, I had the lightheadedness before you,
Yeah.
and neither one of us knew about it.
No,
She wasn't
because
even
I went
in
out
here.
to the car. I came back and I was talking to you. You hadn't even told me that yet,
No,
and I had
and
started
I
to feel
filmed it. So
Yeah. I
it's
mean,
kind of it's crazy.
yeah.
Like we're having the same experiences, but yeah, I don't know. Like the later it gets, the creepier it gets. Once
Yeah.
it gets to the witching hour, that's when things get crazy. So we'll see.
I wanted to stay here, but I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I'm not gonna lie, because I like my sleep.
Yeah, me too. This is what it boils down to. I want to go to sleep.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
And so when I feel like, okay, I've had enough fun and I don't think I'm gonna be able to sleep, that might be when I say, okay, I'm gonna cut and run.
Oh, don't cut and run without me.
No, you'll come with me.
This was not going to be easy. I knew this.
I thought it was.
No.
I thought it was all bullshit, to be honest with you.
No, I knew it wasn't because I've been here before. But I mean,
Downstairs, I did not feel this weirdness.
no, we had fun.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
did we have fun. So, when I was telling you about how we heard the story about the axe throwing competition, we were downstairs and, there's other people staying here right now, but they weren't here. They went
Right.
out to get dinner or whatever.
So we have house.
So we had the whole house to ourselves. And so we were downstairs just poking around and we found a dress. My sister put it on. And then
Pretty.
I found the maid outfit. So we're
Twirling
dancing.
around
You see.
with axes.
We're having a ball down there.
She's in Bridget's outfit. I'm in Lizzie's bloody dress. When we're running around with axes. And wait, no, and we do a whole. Oh wait, they're also gonna see the whole rendition we did of Maggie serving me as Lizzie Borden with teacups and all. Okay. Yeah, we decided to act. You'll see that too.
Later on, fun fact, I found a camera, so they've been recording us and they're probably all gonna watch us and laugh at us.
Hopefully.
So we literally just took the stuff off and just put it back on the hooks. And then there's my sister goes, I hear somebody outside. They're doing a tour group and then they come in. Literally it was minutes. We could have been in the outfits twirling around and this tour group could have come in the house. It would have been hilarious.
So
At that point we would have just had to pretend like we worked there.
that's
and
what I
then-
mean. That's why my boss
Yeah.
is like, go with it. Just play with it. And I'm like,
And then the woman who was doing the tour probably would have been like, what are these new hires?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah. oh my god, that would have been great. We should have done that. But I mean,
We had
We
already
weren't
taken
in
it
it,
off.
Yeah, right. My sister putting on the bloody dress.
I hope it fits.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, how did it go again?
Goes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes.
oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, or something. No, yeah. Na 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 na. Oh yes, 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 oh yes. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Like your main, this is where the main entrance. Like it's the opposite street. Take a picture of me with the dress. Here we are. Said more, I'm so invested. That's what she keeps saying. Bridget, oh Bridget,
Yes, Mum.
I'd like my tea now.
Hold on, would you like some cream?
Oh, heavens no. Milk, please. From the cow in the back. Is that from the cow in the
Yes.
back?
No, no, no.
that was pretty good.
Oh yes, 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 oh yes. No, 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 no. Oh, that. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Okay. Just gonna show you what I'm dancing
I was
for.
telling my mom who went years ago.
Oh, I'm supposed to take this off too, huh? I don't even know where the hat was.
Oh, it's over here somewhere.
I really want this hat.
probably have cameras in here.
I'm sure. How could you not?
It says, please feel free to play the Lizzie Borden game.
Okay, what is it?
Oh, that thing?
But with just 2 people?
It says.
Oh, look, there's a book of people's. Let's take a look at this book. Great something, all the way from Tennessee. She did it. He deserved it. Happy Halloween. Wow, we'd have some compassion.
Yeah, they got opinions.
I can't give exact dates, but frequently I see shadow people that aren't really there. Noises. It's always when I'm working, focused, and I'm alone. I also got pushed at dinner. I think they like me. I think they like that we love this house. Housekeeper Tori. Okay, not bad. Stayed in the John Morse room. The room itself didn't have much activity, but the rest of the house sure did. Spirit box called my name directly on a couple occasions. Music box was used and the pod had activity through it also. Lots of energy is streaming through this house, much of which you can feel, yes. From the smell to the beautiful sight of the house itself, this was truly a great experience. Thank you to the Borden family and others for interacting with us and being great hosts. We most definitely will be back. Everyone says the John Morse room is actually quite peaceful. Oh, spent the night in the Andrew and Abby suite, smelled floral perfume all night. Then someone was touching our hair while we were sleeping. So much fun, she writes. Carissa Edwards, are you insane?
The floral perfume. I swear, I told you.
Okay, that's John Morse. I gotta find more about our room. Oh, here it is. Best friends, Frog and Toad. We're staying in the Andrew and Abby suite. They were watching scary movies to match the vibe. As a character in the movie says, he is being hunted by the devil. Toad's phone is pushed from a side table. Panic ensues. Frog and Toad had a lovely breakfast the next morning with a spooky heart. That's their nicknames.
Oh. Now I have ringing in my ears.
Why does the film look all gradient? You notice how brownish it is? It's
Yeah, I think it's because it's just very low light.
Oh.
We both go. All right. But yeah, I have ringing in my ears right now, and I still feel like that energy is being sucked out of me. Like I feel lightheaded and I feel tingly, and I don't like it. Why is it attacking me? I don't understand. Why is she bugging me? And the perfume is
Jeez,
just,
I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with us parading around in
No,
outfits.
why me? They're not doing it to you as bad. Yeah. What? Stop!
You're gonna want to re-look at this again.
Why? What's happening? Why?
It's shit behind us. It's like shadows. and
Stop
stuff.
it!
It's your shadow right now. I'm looking at. See, I'm looking at it, but like when
Yeah.
we're not moving, I'm seeing things like jolt.
Stop it!
I'm just telling you. Will you stop? Jesus! I'm just telling you. You might want to like take a look at it again. You know.
Yeah, and then we're heading for the hills if that's the case.
Okay. Good night.
No way! You're not sleeping. If you fall asleep, we're leaving. That's it.
That makes no sense. I'll be sleeping.
Well, then I'll be like, okay, you have 5 seconds because I'm leaving. What will you do?
5 seconds. I'm gonna call you a bluff because ain't no way you're packing that shit up. in
I'll
5
try
seconds.
it. So right now I'm just doing a little face mask. Hello, kitty. You guys, I really don't know if I'm gonna make it all night. I want to, but I mean it's only 10 o'clock, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I think I can't. Also, they gave us this little ball that lights up like if something touches it. Guy in the gift shop, I was like, oh, I'll buy one. He's like, oh, you can just borrow this one. And he's like, you just put it there. And, like, you know, it shouldn't go off unless something touches it. So my sister and I are in here talking. And then my sister goes in that room. And she said, did you put the ball on the bed? I was like, no, I didn't even go in there. I was like, did you? She's like, no, I put it on the floor near the bed. And it was on the bed, in the middle of the bed. So I'm like, are you sure you don't remember putting it on the bed? And she's like, I'm telling you, 100%. I put it on the floor next to the bed. Like, I didn't want it to go under the bed, so I like positioned it. And then it was on the bed. So yeah, that's weird. Where is it?
It's right there now.
Oh,
See, all you have to do is like, just
yeah.
that's it. Real easy.
So apparently this moved
Like from one level
from,
to another.
yeah, from down to up. Okay. Leaving, okay? Because I'm being attacked. I feel like I've been stabbed in the head. Yeah. Hi guys. So I gotta fix the camera just a touch. Just kind of wanted, sorry, it's so bright. I only have my sun lamp out. My lights are still in the trunk of my car. Anyway, so not last night, but the night before, my sister and I went to stay at the Lizzy Borden house. I mean, I can't tell you how many things in the area have Lizzy Borden, whatever. Like the axe throwing place in Fall River has her picture like on the wall. So it's kind of a kitschy thing in here in our area. I don't live in Fall River, but I live nearby. And I grew up as a kid saying the rhyme. Lizzy Borden took an axe, gave her mother 40 whacks. When she saw what she had done, she gave her father 41. We did that jumping rope, like, you know, from as young as I can remember in school. So, I mean, no lie, sort of like Nightmare on Elm Street, right? Like, really weird, I know. But, you know, this happened way before our lifetime started. And so it's like this, you know, weird thing in the area. So anyway, it's always been on my bucket list to stay there because it's a bed and breakfast right now. And I don't know how long it'll stay that way because it's gone through several hands. But I was like, oh, you know, I kind of want to do that. I'm going to do it. And then my sister's like, yeah, I want to do it too. I can't even believe I considered staying there by myself before my sister jumped in. Like, knowing what happened now, I'm like, that's terrifying. Yeah, like, what was I guess I was thinking it's like a real bed and breakfast kind of thing. And it is, kind of, but it's not. And everyone we told that we were going to do this thought we were crazy people. They were like, you're insane. What if you see something? What if, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, great. That's what I thought. I was like, that would be awesome. And it would have, honestly, quite frankly, if I saw a ghost or saw something, that actually would have been fine for me. What ended up happening was scarier than that to me. Literally, the second we walked in the house, I immediately felt a heaviness in this house. And I'm not kidding. We both went, oh, like the second we walked in. And immediately I knew this isn't exactly what I thought this was going to be. I thought it was going to be light and it was going to be fun. And it was fun, but I did not expect that feeling the second I walked in. I had no clue. This was all fun and games for me. I had no clue. Places they were murdered. The father was murdered in the living area on the couch, which, by the way, so we come in, right? And at first we were confused where we were supposed to go. You're supposed to self-check in for this thing. And so we start walking. I see the kitchen. I start walking forward, and right off the kitchen is the living room where the father was killed. And I come in and I just kind of look to the side, and all I see are legs sitting off the couch, just like dead still. And I'm like, what the? Is that a person sitting there? Like, I thought at first, am I seeing a ghost? Like, what is that? I come around the corner. You guys, they got a dummy there that's had its head bludgeoned, blood everywhere, an eyeball hanging. Yeah, that's how bad. So I was like, are you kidding me? That seems a bit, ugh. Well, after a while, you kind of forget he's sitting there, or you just get desensitized to it. But anyway, so we meet the couple. They're in their dining room, and we're talking to them, and they're like, you know, you can go see our room if you want, and you can go see the other murder room where the mother was killed.
I don't know what I was thinking, that after seeing the first dummy dead body, you'd think I'd realize that there was another one in the other murder room. And, but no, it was on the other side of the bed. I couldn't see it. So I came in there. I was like, oh my God, this is so crazy. It looks just like the pictures. And then I'm like, so she was killed over here. And I go around the other side of the bed, and there it is. There's the dummy, all bloody. Yeah. And guys, they rent that room out to people. So what, you sleep in that room with the dead dummy on the floor? I wouldn't doubt that some people do. Like, it's crazy. We eventually get to our room, and we walk in, and the most intense floral perfume hits you in the face when we came in our room. And we were like, what is that? And at first I thought, oh, they're somehow spraying it or something, you know, in this room. But it wasn't in any of the other rooms. So I thought that was strange. But I didn't really think that much of it. The whole time, every time we went in that room, I would get weird dizzy spells. And my sister was also getting that. And I'd get like tingling. My whole body would tingle. And I would feel like really tired. Like I'm just going to like pass out. And my sister said she felt the same thing, but not as bad as I did. And it just kept getting, the longer I was in the room, the worse it would get. And every time I would get like a really bad, like, whoa, I feel really oozy. I'd get that rose smell, that perfume, like right up my nose. Like it would be like it was right here, you know? It was insane. We're sitting there and we're trying to find out the Wi-Fi so maybe we can watch the Lizzie Borden movie while we're there. And we're talking about how I don't think we're going to sleep tonight. Like the energy in this room is insane. I would feel like something was on my back. Like it was, I can't, you guys. It was terrible feeling. It just got worse and worse. So I'm trying to find the Wi-Fi. I'm getting really agitated because it's really hard to concentrate when you feel like every cell in your being is vibrating. And it was just getting worse and worse and worse. And then finally, my sister and I were like, okay, we should just leave. Like, this can't be healthy. This can't be good. And we're not going to be able to sleep anyway. And yeah, so we had made the decision that we were going to leave. And, but I was like, I had already washed my face and took my makeup off. So I wanted to put my moisturizer on before we left. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but I wasn't alarmed. I just felt like, I was annoyed. Like, leave me alone. I don't know who you are or what you're doing, but leave me alone. And, I don't know. It had been happening for hours, so I was like, okay, you know, at this point, but I was getting more and more agitated. We'll say that. I was getting very agitated. And so put my moisturizer on, and my sister's packing her stuff, and then I'm just moving really slow getting my stuff in because I feel woozy. And all of a sudden, I get this stabbing pain in my head on this side. Like someone took an ice pick and went right in here in my head. And it lasted for like about 8 seconds. I was like, ah. And then it went away. And then every now and then it would come back, but not as bad. And I was just like, okay, I'm leaving. Like it was weird. That's when I started to kind of panic because I was like, what are you doing? And just start throwing everything in. And then we ran down the stairs, and I, for some reason, had this intense, like, I need to write this down in the guest book. And when we went downstairs, my sister's like, they're in there. They're having like a seance or something. It was like the ghost tour. And yeah, you guys, they're having a seance in the room directly below our room. So, I mean, isn't it possible that they were amping the energy up and that's why it was getting so bad for me? I don't know. I was so mad. So anyway, I go in there and I'm like, sorry to interrupt. I just want to sign in the guest book because we're leaving. And the girl's looking at me like, they're all looking at me like, what? And I was like, yeah, I'm leaving because I'm being attacked and I need to go, but I want to document what's happening. And I mean, they all thought I was crazy, I'm sure. And so I don't even know what I wrote. Like I was just literally just blah, 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 and I explained what I feel like what's happening and the perfume. And she goes, oh yeah, the perfume. That happens a lot. And but she's like, she's attacking you? Like they seemed confused. And they're like, it must be Andrew, the father, because he was known to be not a very nice person. And she's like, he pulls people's hair sometimes. You know, yeah. He doesn't really, he's not evil, but he's not like, he doesn't like people here. He doesn't like if people are disrespectful. So that was probably why. He probably didn't like me sitting on the couch and handing him tea while he was laying there dead. Yeah. So that's probably why. But she seemed very surprised that I thought it was Libby. Not Lizzie, but Libby. Oh, not sorry. I keep saying Libby. Abigail. Abigail is the other victim. The stepmother. who was also a very dour person in life, but you know, 1800s, right? So anyway, yeah, and then we just got the heck out of Dodge, and they were all just looking stunned. But while I was doing this, when I came in and I said that, they had the spirit box, and they're trying to talk to it, and they're like, which my sister and I decided not to do any of that because we knew when we walked in, we felt the heaviness, so we knew there's something legit here. And I don't really want to, I mean, I definitely am against Ouija boards. We've had our own instances when we were young that happened. And so we were both against that. But, you know, we were going to do like some, you know, ask questions and put that little ball out, like move the ball, touch the ball, you know, like try to engage with whatever, just for funsies. And we realized as soon as we walked in the house, like that's not going to happen because it's heavy. It's heavy here. So, I still kind of wanted to do it because I was like, oh, you know, we're here. And my sister, though, was like, no. And in a lot of ways, she's a lot more intuitive than me. But I guess clearly, physically, I'm very intuitive because she wasn't having nearly as bad of a problem as I was. She didn't get the stabbing in the head thing. But when I go in there and I tell them what happened and I'm writing, and so the girl asked the box, is there a spirit here? And then it goes, yes. And then she's like, and it said right behind her, is something like that, I think. And I was like, oh no, I'm out. And then she said, are you Abigail? Is this you? Because then she said, it must be Andrew. And I said, I feel like it's Abigail. And she's like, Abigail, are you bothering our guests? And she's like, not likely. Okay. Well, somebody is. And why do I keep smelling your perfume every time it happens? I don't know. But at that point, I was like, I'm out, I'm leaving. They hate me. I want out. I don't know. Maybe it was the dad. Maybe it was Andrew, and maybe the stepmother was trying to make him stop or something. I don't know. I just know that it was just, so, and they didn't like us, and I can understand why. We were kind of absurd. So, but you know, I didn't think it was real. I felt like better instantly when we left, but I still felt some tingling and stuff. So when I got home, I took out my sage and I was saging myself, and I did a meditation, I prayed, all that stuff, like just get it off me, any residue. And yeah, immediately I felt so much better. So you can say it's all in my head. Who knows? Maybe you're right. But something, in my opinion, was happening, and it really freaked me out. Not because, oh, it's a ghost or whatever, because I didn't think that any of that could actually affect me physically. I didn't believe that. I asked my angels, I asked my spirit guides, like, protect me. And I didn't think that they could hurt me, which, to be honest, they weren't hurting me. They were probably trying to communicate, or probably just trying to take energy from me, but so that they could communicate. But yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. But then my son, who doesn't really believe in that stuff, was just like, floored when I told him. And I'm like, I know you think I'm crazy. And he's like, I don't think you're crazy. I think you experienced something. So when I had mentioned, like, I felt like stabbing in my head right here, he goes, really, like, legitimately on this side? And I said, yeah, on the left side is where it felt like it came in. And he goes, ooh, that's where Abigail was first hit. I mean, that's what they theorized, that she was hit. She was looking at her attacker and then was hit with the axe, the hatchet, and spun around and ended up on the floor, and then she hit her on the back of the head the whole time. So that freaked me out because it was like, that even more legitimized what happened to me. Anyway, it took me the whole next day. Yesterday I felt super drained, like super tired. Today I feel better. And today it's kind of like this feeling of, like my sister said, we should go back another time now that we're more prepared, and no, like, don't agitate them. And at first I was like, no way, but I'm actually thinking about it, you guys. Am I crazy? Yes. But again, I don't know if I'll stay there. I don't know. I'm mad at myself that I left early. I'm really mad. But I didn't like the feeling at all. So I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't stay there the second time. Maybe I would just go like on a ghost tour, or I don't know, the ghost hunt, they call it. But then again, I don't want to do a seance either. So I don't know. But I don't know. I do want to go back because I feel like I didn't fully complete it. And knowing what I know, that something is for real there, and do not be disrespectful, which I didn't intend. That was not my intention to be disrespectful. It really wasn't. It was just, being silly and having fun and, you know, kind of getting into the whole kitsch of it, you know, but yeah, learned my lesson. Anyway, that's what happened, and moving on. After this video, it's Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. So, anyway, thanks for watching. Hope it's entertaining for you and interesting. It was for us for a while, and yeah. Thanks. Mwah. Bye.